Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday, May the 27th, 2023. And tonight is a very special episode of the Wise Guys Sports Show, as tonight we honor the one, the only JC Bluenote with the Big Rican roast of JC Bluenote. Now, it's not going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I will start with some thoughts on my co-host. Now, let's start with the fact that I've known this man for nearly 30 years. He has been, to me, everything from co-conspirator in the Matchbox 20 chat room to what I affectionately call a cross between the Sandman and Jim Cornette of the AOV. He is a wonderful human being. There's only one thing we disagree on, so I will leave him that tonight. But I bring to you the man, the myth, the legend, JC Bluenote.
Good night, everybody.
Get your ass out here. I told you I had intro music for you. I was on Zedge earlier today, and Steph's like, "What are you doing?" I said something he's not gonna like, but it's gonna be funny as hell.
Funny story is that was actually, they made up words to that song as like the fight song for my elementary school here in Mayfield Heights.
Did you really?
Yeah.
All kidding aside, buddy, happy 45th.
Thank you.
Halfway to 90.
And I won't be going to jail like the other 45.
Nice. I thought
my best friend in DC gave me that line.
I was going to start it with the theme from the Golden Girls, but I thought that might just be a little too fucking mean.
Okay. If we had to actually take the Wise Guys family, who's who?
You're definitely Sophia.
Okay.
And I'm definitely Dorothy. I think John by default has to be Blanche, which means flip a coin between Alex and Willie for Rose. This is a new off the rails segment, by the way. We just made one up.
Yeah. Thank you for no more guests.
Yeah, right. No, they all like that show, so I don't know why they'd be pissed. So I understand that you went to the Guardians game on that 45th birthday on Wednesday. Sorry, I got to fix the light.
I did.
Unfortunately, it was not what you were hoping for, as the Gardos went down four goddamn hits.
Yes. I actually told that to my mother. We were sitting in the third deck on the first base side. The guy about 20 feet in front of us caught a foul ball. And it's I said, this is just like Major League. 4 hits. That's all we got. 4 goddamn hits.
Shit.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I have the soundboard on my phone tonight, ladies and gentlemen, which means I get to be the asshole making all the noise. Oh, you still have it there.
I got to a little bit.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Oh, man.
9:16. Yeah.
5 minutes in. So, as we've talked about, we're going to do a little JC Bluenote centric show. But I want to get something out of the way. And I'm going to need your help with it because I do not know how to do this on Restream. But I have loaded a video that, if you would put on, was made today by a certain set of people. No, it's not Anna Kendrick and those other ones. I tried.
One job. I
listen. I work 60 hours a week, man. So if you would load that video up, I will play it.
Say happy birthday, Jim. Remember, birthdays are a good thing because the more you have, the longer you live. Say happy birthday. Okay.
So they're actually both upstairs now. I finally got him to sleep, but yeah, it's happy birthday, man. As you and my wife quickly have developed a relationship on Facebook that, quite honestly, on one end makes me very happy, and the other end drives me fucking crazy. So I mean, there's
on the third side of that coin, scares the living shit out of you.
It really does. I mean, the dad jokes alone. Did I speak? Did I send you the one?
Thank you and love you guys.
She will actually. She said to Bobby, she goes, tomorrow morning you get to see yourself on TV. Did you like the penguin one I sent you guys the other day? A penguin's body skin secretes oil that insulates their feathers, so the oily bird gets the warm.
Yeah, you notice how I didn't respond to it then either.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. So now I have to ask you, with the AOV, which is now pushing over 25 years since you were a founding member, is a cross between Sandman and Jim Cornette an apt comparison for what you were to them?
I love me some Cornette.
I figured with the glasses, and
the
beer can busting.
I'm not really a Paul Heyman guy anymore, so
no. Yeah. I thought the Jim Cornette thing was apt. But in all seriousness, listen, man, this is your show. So like I told you, if you want to do topics, it's going to be one of yours. So I do want to jump into a topic real quick. And what do you think about the Florida Panthers dismantling the Carolina Hurricanes on their way to the Stanley Cup Finals?
If Matthew Tkachuk wants to basically drop the chalk and quit outlining bodies, he's more than welcome to, but I don't want him to yet.
Is that Keith Tkachuk's kid?
It is.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. It's his oldest kid. His youngest kid, Brady, is the captain of the Ottawa Senators.
No shit.
Yeah. Matthew is 25. I want to say Brady's 23.
23 and a captain already. Good for him.
Yeah, but I mean, there's not a whole lot in the cupboard until he got there in Ottawa. So
is Vaughn in the cupboard?
That's classic Dangle video, because that was the first video. That was the first Dang It's video that ever got demonetized. Last season, he got into a fight with Brendan Lemieux of the LA Kings and was on Tkachuk was on top of Lemieux. Take a guess what Brendan Lemieux did to Brady Tkachuk's hand.
He kicked him in the balls. He kicked him in the balls, or he bit him?
He bit him twice.
Okay, Mike Tyson.
As Mr. Dangle so eloquently put it, biting someone, if once, is biting. Twice is eating.
I was playing the Xbox today when Bobby was napping, and I flipped on our January 20th episode with Alex. And that was the Dangle where the guy from the Rangers tried to hit the dude from the Devils and missed.
Yeah, Jacob Trouba. Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't it our blooper of the year on the Wysies?
No. Oh yes, it was our blooper of the year on the Wysies. So I'm watching that, and I realize that Alex is kind of trying to watch it, and you and I are laughing. So
we know the legend of Dangle, and yet to avoid the demonetization or the copyright strike, I think the hardest we have ever laughed on this show, as much as you and I have actually talked about it and done, was Rope hints in the balls.
Oh my God, that hurt.
He did another one with this week's Dang It because Matty Tkachuk got speared in the balls.
And then he dropped the hammer on a game winner. Good for him.
Yeah, it's people keep forgetting with the Florida Panthers that they backed into the playoffs. They were the last team to get in the Eastern Conference, and they're now 4 wins away from their first Stanley Cup title. It's their first trip to the NHL championship round since 1995, where they got swept by the Colorado Avalanche. The year after the Avalanche moved from Quebec City, and this is the same team essentially that won the President's Trophy last year. Best overall record, got swept out in the second round by Tampa, who went on to the Stanley Cup Finals for the third year in a row. And then they make the big trade for Jonathan Huberdeau or Kachuk. So essentially, you take arguably your best scorer in Huberdeau and you move him for a Hart Trophy finalist in Kachuk, who put up 109 or 110 points in the regular season.
Damn.
Scored 3 game winners against the second best team in the conference.
Yeah, I've tried to pay attention the last couple of days, just knowing we were going to be doing this. So I'm going to go a little bit left for you here and tell you that on the most recent episode of New Heights with our Cleveland brethren, the Kelsey brothers, the Stanley Cup was in Jason Kelsey's house.
Why?
Because Travis took a shot at it saying the Lombardi Trophy was better. So Jason reached out to the NHL and they brought the cup to his house.
Hang on.
Aww.
A second. I'm going to open the door a little bit more.
So while he's trying to do that so he can have less in the way of his signal. So Jason and Travis Kelsey were talking about the prettiest trophy on one of their last shows.
Oh, it's the greatest trophy in sports. It's not.
I agree with you. So the guy who travels with it was there, white gloves and all. And Jason says to him, "What are the rules?" He said, "You can hug it, you can kiss it, you can touch it, but if you want to lift it, you got to go win it."
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
There's a classic video from when my Blues won in 2019 that, because since it was the first one ever, on and created a Stanley Cup tracker. So she was tracking where it was around the city for people to be able to go see it, but she actually never got the opportunity to see it herself. They brought it to her office and surprised her and literally set it on her desk.
That's phenomenal.
For like an hour. She's literally sitting there hugging the trophy while typing up
That's
reports.
phenomenal.
It's as much as I hate the Leafs, it's worth the trip to Toronto to just go to the Hockey Hall of Fame, just to be able to see.
I agree with you. I think that's the only one I've ever been to be honest with you. I've been to Springfield, Cooperstown. I mean, I've been to an induction at Cooperstown. Wow. That's 7 years ago in July already. I was there for Piazza and Griffey. I mean, shocker. I was there for Piazza.
Right.
But dude, that's why I would love to go to Toronto to the Hockey Hall of Fame. The College Football Hall of Fame is another one I want to get to. Even though I'm closer to the Golf Hall of Fame in Orlando now. But I would love to get to the College Football Hall of Fame. But yeah, I've been to Canton, been to Cooperstown. Obviously, Springfield's really cool. Springfield was nice. And it was a lot of years ago, but Springfield was nice.
The only Hall of Fame I've ever been to is the Rock and Roll.
Been there too.
I still have not been to Canton.
Dude, what the hell?
No, it's maybe it'll be or maybe early this fall.
Dude, I went to Canton when I was still living in New York the first time.
Maybe I make a pit stop on the way back from the.
Ooh. Speaking of, I'm going to start doing research to make sure we're going to be able to hook up and broadcast because it won't be worth it if we can't do the show.
Right.
We might have to camp out there. I mean, I'm down. Just my back is shit. So what else did you do for the birthday, my man?
that was really about it. Just went to the game, came home, just relaxed, played some video games, went to bed like super early because I had to be up for work the next day. Went out to dinner with my dad yesterday. Went over to Legacy Village. Um, and that was really about it. Just a little bit of running around today. I have a surprise for you.
But it's not my birthday. Do I know what the surprise is we were talking about earlier? Ooh.
It yet.
Nice. That's phenomenal.
I can't believe how well they actually got it, especially with the fact that they were able to stitch the black in the background there.
That's amazing.
Outline. It's like filled black.
That's phenomenal.
So we know it can be done, and it's for you here. I might have
on a selfish note, I really miss my hat.
It'll be in the mail on Tuesday. When
well,
my
and
office back up, it'll be in the mail on Tuesday.
And by the way, you have to keep an eye on your mail at your house. There's something coming. And next week,
is it going to be? Is it going to be a letter, a card, or like an actual like a package or a bag or something?
It's a manila envelope letter, a little bigger than normal, but not a package.
Okay, all right. So it'll probably come in my regular mailbox. If it goes over to the package room, they'll let me know.
Yeah,
my jersey's coming on Wednesday.
Yeah, it should hopefully be there soon. Yeah, May's a busy month for me, dude. Between my mother on the 10th, Mother's Day, my best friend / brother, Mike, who's still in New York, his wedding anniversary is the 20th. My parents' wedding anniversary is the 21st. And you on the 24th. And this coming Tuesday, my oldest turns 22. You know what that means, Jim?
Liquor.
I'm fucking old. That's what that means.
My parents are freaking out the fact that they have a 45-year-old son as of 4 days ago.
Yeah. No, I definitely can understand that.
As I was talking with my dad on the way to, he actually said that you're 45. I said, here's what's scary. 6 months from now, you're 70. He's like, that I'm afraid of.
So yeah, what day's your dad's birthday?
Middle of January. I'm not going to give the exact date.
Before mine?
Yes.
Okay.
Just slightly before.
Now my dad will turn 70 in November. So yeah, we're getting up there, dude.
We got what? 6 to 8 more months of the 69 jokes.
Wait, which one do I do?
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
We're gonna be just playing with the buttons all night. So I do
be like Baby Plucky. I push a button.
I do have a happy birthday from Alex. He was going to do a video for you too, and unfortunately he had something come up. He gets stuck on the road for work and some other stuff happened, but he sends his best, obviously. And Willie the same. He's traveling for the long weekend with his family. I was trying to get them to do, to phone it in so that we could bust your ass for a little bit, but
well, it's good that somebody has not called in yet, because I don't want to have to kill this show early by driving over there and killing them.
Is he really going to do that? Did you give him my number? Because that'd be even funnier.
I did not, but if anything, he'd call me directly. So I'm going to play this.
Is it Frankie?
This is my brother.
This is
I've
great.
told you about this. I have not played this for you yet.
Yeah, you did. I couldn't really hear it. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. You smell like the zoo. but don't get excited. I haven't finished that. Happy birthday, you suck.
It's good to see your brother hasn't changed in 30 years.
I don't know. I mean, was he going Macho Man? Was he going?
He sounded like Ty Schmidt's impersonation of Jay Glazer is what he sounded like.
I'm trying to figure, was he trying to do death metal vocalist? Was he trying to do Macho Man Randy Savage?
It sounded like a cross between death metal vocalist Randy Savage and a chain smoker of 40 years.
The only thing missing was sitting there, penny, pull, penny, pull, penny, pull.
I didn't see that before, and I just saw it now. I'm like, do it now, do it now.
Okay, keep talking.
Oh, great. Oh, man. So, you're putting the shirt on.
Yeah. No, I'm not putting it on. I'm putting it up.
Nice. I do like the Islanders jersey, though.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, I told you, I don't know if I told you last week before we interviewed Patrick, I wore my Browns jersey last Saturday.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, well, it was warm out and I was toasty. Of course, wearing Denzel Ward, I kind of figured I would be. So you said you did some cutting of some off the rail segments, my friend.
I did. It's that's actually why we kind of went up late. I was still uploading.
Should we do a little bit of our end of year episode for the JC Bluenote birthday episode? We
very much could. Let's see here. We've got 5 clips that got uploaded tonight.
Is one of them my favorite of the year so far, which was from our first show when I moved to Georgia?
Not quite.
You know what I'm talking about. My favorite housewarming gift? Wisey's. Worst transaction of the year.
It was not. That's downloaded, but that isn't clipped yet.
Okay.
I was actually having issues trying to get that one to format and clip properly.
Gotcha.
So that one's on the list. It's there's 2 or 3 others on that. The Garrett Cole is definitely on the list. So it's
nice.
Yeah. So we're going to take you back just a couple of weeks here. We're going to take you back to episode 27. God, can you believe next week will be episode 30?
That's insanity. It will be back in our Thursday time slot next week, everybody. I say time slot like we're a sitcom. Well,
right.
Do you think we do a good buddy cop show? Because this is really where I'm thinking we're heading.
What can we call it, though?
I'm built like the dad from Family Matters.
Uncle Carl.
Did you ever see the one where it was in
that stadium? First of all, that ticket is insanity. I can imagine. But yeah, we'll have to leave Brunswick at like 4:30 in the morning just to get there. It makes the Muni lot look like Romper Room.
Well, I don't know.
We're also going to have to plan out like rest stops constantly for all the friggin' food we're going to be eating.
I'm buying a grill.
There you go.
Get a mini grill and as many propane tanks as we can carry.
Oh, that's safe.
Well,
yeah, I was thinking, what the fuck is he going to blow up?
Most likely a porta potty.
Hi, I'm Big Regan, and welcome to Jackass.
Oh my God. You're doing
That's not the real segment, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what the sad part is? So Bobby got a sit and spin. Remember the sit and spins from when we were kids?
Yep.
Bobby got a sit and spin for Christmas last year from his grandparents. And now he sits on top of it. Not where you sit down to spin it, where he sits on top of it. on like the wheel looking thing, and he spins his feet around. So Steph did a TikTok the other day and said, and the background music says, "My name's Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass." I said, "Oh my God, we had that moment on the show the other night."
Oh man.
And I didn't mean blow up a porta potty with the propane, by the way.
Yeah, I know. We all knew what you meant.
No, come on, a mini grill. We bring some dogs and some sausage.
Polish sausage.
We've got to do the Chicago Bears segment.
Bill Swirsky super fans.
Yes. I get to be Farley. You're my Ditka. I'm sorry.
It starts with a D, ends with an A, and in the middle is Icky.
Would you take Rick Mears or Ditka driving a school bus with the 85 Bears?
The Bears are caught in a hurricane. But the hurricane is Hurricane Ditka.
Oh my God. Hey, you know what I realized too watching that episode today when I was playing the Xbox? The Steph part and the don't poke the bear were literally 3 minutes apart.
They were. Yeah, but here's the thing. Some of the other clips we're showing tonight were literally closer than that. They were 10 seconds apart.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We should do this for every year for the birthdays. Just give like everybody an up to the moment. I mean, mine we can't really do that with because it's so close to the beginning of the year. But give everybody for yours, do like a, take pot shots at JC Bluenote, like introduce him with the Ohio State fight song.
Yeah, considering it's like you can't gloat in late November since we've been doing this show.
No, I really can't. It's starting to piss me to fuck off. I like their chances this year, though.
What are you, Tiger Woods on the Jim Rome translator? The golf course looks good. My golf swing feels good. I like my chances.
Sorta. No, I think Jim Knowles isn't stupid as fuck, so he won't run cover 0 44 times. Oh, wait, I got a buzz. God damn it, Verlander.
Would they blow it?
1-0 Colorado.
What is it over or still going?
No, it's just started. They're in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just being an ass.
Speaking of which, quick game break here.
The only thing I don't like about this new camera is it focuses a lot. That's my face. It's not anything you're doing wrong, camera. Oh, my God. So let me ask you this.
2-2 Dallas and Vegas. Boston up 4 at the half. Cardinals are tied at 1 in the 8th.
Who they got?
Cardinals.
No. Oh, that's right. Cards and Guards this weekend.
Yep. Second and third, 1 out, bottom 8.
In Cleveland or in St. Louis?
Downtown.
Nice.
Could they win 2 in a row?
Wow. Not in New York, they can't.
Did you see what happened with the Oklahoma softball team today?
I did not. I saw Oklahoma State made it to the World Series. Is their coach retiring? Is that what's...
I believe so, but Oklahoma set the women's college softball record with their 48th consecutive win today.
I did see their first baseman dive over 2 chicks from Clemson to make a catch in the dugout.
Yep, it's they broke Arizona's record. They are 56-1 on the season. Their only loss, I want to say, was like early in the season to Baylor. I think it said, and they're looking for, I want to say, their 3rd straight national championship. Or something.
Yeah, they've been when it's almost like Mike Candrea, who was the coach at Arizona. See, I do pay attention to girls softball. Shout out to my sister. When Mike Candrea decided to take over the U.S. national team, more in the forefront, the Oklahoma program just kind of went pew.
Yeah,
and they've been the classic girl of women's softball in college for the last few years.
Right, because remember before Oklahoma, it was my girls at Florida.
Yes,
Winning like 3 and 4 years or something like
I
that.
think it was something like that. It was something like that. Yeah, but listen, the fast pitch softball game is something, man. It's just, what was it? LSU lost to Louisiana this year, and on the second to last play of the game, the shortstop from LSU or Louisiana, this was like prime Vizquel type play.
Yeah,
that she made going out of play. I was genuinely impressed. And again, my sister played my sister was MVP of the conference out there her senior year. So playing it out, I always said this, when we got to Ohio, we flipped because she was big into dance and stuff out here or in New York. And I was baseball. And then when I got out there, I flipped and I became more into music and stuff and what have you. So speaking of music, off topic, but still in our friendship, are you going to try and get the records from the Matchbox 20 chat room now that you ordered all their music, or?
Yeah, because their latest album just came out yesterday.
No, I know it did.
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet because for whatever reason, I've been on the world's biggest Tool kick for the last 3 days.
Don't tell your brother that.
Oh, my brother likes Tool as well.
No, I know he does.
But it's, I listened to him constantly with all the driving around I had to do today. The problem is that it was only, like 4 songs.
Well, you mean the Tool opuses that you have to listen to if you listen to them? Yeah, I know.
Right, exactly. It's like, I was going back and like reading the history of the albums today, and it's like when they came out in 96, when I graduated with Anima, it was like 79 minutes and 8 seconds because they said they wanted to give the label 2 seconds of breathing room because you could fit 80 minutes on a CD.
Wow.
Their newest one that came out, God, I can't believe it's been like 3 or 4 years already. But it was like 13 years in between albums. Fear Inoculum, they actually had to cut stuff off of I want to say they had to cut stuff off the CD or the vinyl with like some of the interludes or stuff that they're like known for in between the actual songs because it wouldn't fit on the disc or the album. So it's all on the digital version.
Really?
Yeah. It's like an 84-minute album that they had to trim a bunch of shit off of.
That's crazy. Especially with everything streaming now. Why would you even care?
Yeah, because some people, I own 9 CDs in the other room. The problem is 7 of them are from Lacuna Coil and 4 of those are autographed.
Yeah, you can't get rid of those.
Right. Like some people like to actually like, for me, I like to go to the library, take stuff out and rip it just because it's I can get the audio quality to come out better than streaming. Like if you stream, it comes out at like 200 or 250 KB. It's like when I can rip it in 320.
That's not bad.
Yeah. It's the file sizes are much, much larger. Like it's like one of the Tool songs I was listening to earlier today off their current album. It's a 13-minute song. It's a 30 meg file, but it's like, it's worth it. It's just the phones and the chips you put in, like the SD cards you put in are so much larger. It doesn't make a difference.
No. Yeah, exactly. Remember burning CDs?
Yeah.
Dude, we're fucking old.
Just nothing is digital. I'm sorry. Everyone's gone basically to digital anymore.
Well, I did have the fight song on YouTube Music for you. That's my alarm from the first game until the season's over, by the way.
Oh, you mean mid-November? And I'm not talking when they beat Michigan. And I'm talking like when they randomly get upset by somebody that they should beat by 4 scores, like in Iowa.
Dude, that game was crazy. You know what was crazy about that game? I think they put so much into that Penn State comeback that they just didn't have it, and Iowa was itching for an upset. The Purdue one hurt more. The Purdue one just didn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
Going into Kenneck is tough, whoever you are. But yeah, that's kind of is what it is. Yeah, all of a sudden it's 4-0 Colorado. So what the fuck, man?
Well, of course, they're playing at Coors Canaveral.
That's very true. Yo, Lindor hit one of the back of the bullpen in right center last night.
Well, how did Mr. Mustache, say it in Mr. Baseball? I could piss over that fence.
That's true. Yo, Pete Alonso had the funniest shit to say the other day.
Yeah, where he dropped an F-bomb in the postgame.
No, besides that. So in Cincinnati a few weeks ago, he was on that podcast with AJ Brzezinski and Todd Frazier, and he's talking to them, and he goes, well, I mistimed my pregame coffee. And in the middle of the first inning, I'm going, oh, no.
There's nothing worse than the coffee trots.
Well, he said, I'm coming up to the plate to start the second inning because I'm leading off, and I'm thinking to myself, this at-bat is ending on the first pitch. I don't care.
I don't care if it's a foot and a half high. I'm swinging at it.
The dude from Cincinnati hung a slider. He put it in the second deck in left field and ran right through everybody into the clubhouse.
I was going to say, that's the fastest home run trot ever. Trot with the trots.
It's like the video of the gorilla running with the walking farts as he goes.
Speaking of inappropriate crap.
Literally.
Oh, flip it up. Or you have the Sacramento Kings that said Sacktown on it. That was great too.
Yeah. Or when Milwaukee said Cream City.
Get the fuck out.
Oh God, that looks like a big dildo, dude. That doesn't even look. Like that's a toy. That's not. Nobody's packing that. Holy cow.
That's too much.
You're kidding me right now.
Mark, I think we just got an OTR.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I think I need to cut that this
We
week.
need to clip that.
That was first-time guest Patrick McGuire with us just last week. That will be the first of hopefully many with him. Man, that was fun last week.
Ollie's here.
Well, he's contractually obligated.
That's very true. Dude, when he said that, I was like, oh my God, we have another one. Well, I mean, our guests do many things. Alex is like the little brother. John is the idea magnet.
Yes.
Willie's the godfather.
Because John's as twisted in the head as we are because we all went to school together.
It's very true. Yeah, but think about it. He gave us the Wiseies and next year's CFP bracket reveal show.
Yeah.
So John is like our exec EP. Again, Alex is the third wise guy, the little brother. Patrick is the new kid in the neighborhood, basically.
What was the kid's name from The Sandlot?
Smalls.
I don't want
Wait,
to call
wait. Hold on. Now we have to have a really serious conversation here. Am I Benny the Jet because I'm the Hispanic, or am I Hamilton Porter because I fit the build?
Well, you were a pitcher, so I mean, probably Benny.
Benny played shortstop. I'd be Kenny DeNunez then. Oh well.
Yeah.
Who also played in the Mighty Ducks.
When I actually was having your hat stitched, there's somebody. The lids actually had a Charlie Conway jersey that looked sweet
With the C or without it?
with it,
Nice.
like the green ones.
Good work, Captain Duck. I still can't believe the Knuckle Puck Kid is the one on Saturday Night Live now.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude.
considering what he just got back from White Castle.
Good Burger.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was Harold and Kumar.
Which is another funny movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, I want to ask you this. If you had to do your top 5 sports movies of all time. Actually, I'm going to give you 5 categories. I want your top movie in each one.
Okay.
Categories are baseball, football, basketball, hockey, other, which could be martial arts, boxing, what have you.
Okay.
Start with basketball.
I can't even think of the name of it now.
Describe it.
Tupac. Hoop Dreams.
Yes.
That was the one that was like loosely based on AI.
Yeah, Hoop Dreams.
Okay.
Football.
Very, very tight race between the program and the water boy.
Respect. Hockey.
Mystery Alaska.
Really?
Hands down.
See, I'm a slap shot guy.
Yeah, I think we covered that last summer.
Yeah, the Hansons are.
Yeah,
Shut up! I'm listening to the anthem.
Yeah, I'm listening to the fucking song. Because I mean, you would think it would be because they brought their fucking toys with them. But for me, it's like, it's Russell Crowe, Mary McCormick, Cole Meany, who was O'Brien on Star Trek TNG.
Okay.
Kevin Dillon. I think that was his name. Who was in everything. A lot of people used to consider me like Bertie Burns, who was the redhead guy on the latter years of ER.
Okay.
And it's Burt fucking Reynolds, man.
That's true. Oh, and the redhead on ER, if you like him, he did a cameo. He did a cameo in NCIS years ago. 2 of them. One when you see the episode of how Gibbs and Tony met. Oh no, it's the only one he's in. Yeah, he gets killed. Anyway. Let's go with other.
That would be tough.
Let's break it down. What's your favorite wrestling movie?
There aren't many of them. I'd probably have to say The Wrestler.
What's the one with Scott Conn and David Arquette?
Ready to Rumble.
I love that one.
Old school WCW. Bad memories.
Hat's got to come off. I got a headache.
Yeah, but The Wrestler.
Mickey Rourke should have won the Oscar for that.
Oh, absolutely. Plus, also, it's like we remember watching a lot of these guys, or even like helping set up the ring for some of these guys on the indies when my brother did it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let me see. Do you have a favorite martial arts movie or boxing movie?
Kickboxer. The first one. With Van Damme.
With the dance gift that everybody has?
The one where he has to fight Tong Po and he gets blinded with the salt at the end.
Yeah, but the one where he's dancing in the bar? In the white pants and the gray shirt?
Yes. Okay. It took me a moment because I actually tried to block that scene out, but the part where the part where he actually has to smash the brick and they tell him the one on the bottom.
Yeah. Let me see.
Since our last show where and you watched the Mortal Kombat 12 trailer,
Dude,
that fatality at the end with Fire God Liu Kang.
that just ain't cool.
Yeah, but I've been playing a ton of Mortal Kombat 11 lately.
Nice. Yeah, if it's a fighting movie, I'm a little bit off the rails. The 6th installment of the Rocky saga. Rocky Balboa.
Well,
Love that movie. That's not you. That's not here. That's not you. That's me.
no, there was very loud bang outside. I don't know if it was fireworks or a transformer.
Well, if it was Transformer, you wouldn't have power.
Yeah, that's true. I
Fire.
watched the first 3 of them at work this week.
The Transformers?
Like in the background.
The first
Yeah,
three.
the first 3 Transformers.
Do you like Mark Wahlberg in them, or do you prefer Shia LaBeouf?
I prefer Shia LaBeouf. I didn't have a problem because I only saw the 4th one that had him. I did not see Bumblebee yet, and I did not see The Last Night, which was the most recent one, although I need to because I definitely now want to go see Rise of the Beasts in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but Rise of the Beasts is before Last Night. You don't need to see it because it's set in the 90s.
Right, because they say Bumblebee should be the first one that you see.
Yeah, which I have because I have them all, but I haven't watched. But I haven't watched Last Night. And I haven't watched Bumblebee yet.
I still remember going to the first one, the opening weekend, and it's like we went to the one out in Valley View because they had it on 4 screens. And that theater was brand new and it was massive. And it was myself, Frank, if you remember, Roger Plants was a couple years behind us.
Yes.
And whoever Roger was dating at the time. And I've never seen, I think the only time I've ever seen a theater packed that much is for the opening weekend of The Matrix, the first one.
I will do you one better. And I remember going to the movie theater when the animated one was out.
The Animatrix?
No.
Oh,
the Transformers.
Yeah, that was the second film I ever saw in the theater.
When Optimus Prime died.
Yeah, Optimus Prime, yep.
You know that's the bad guy in this one, right? Is Unicron.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who was voiced by?
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles.
I like the Primals because Zachary used to watch that on it was either Cartoon Network or something, but he loved it. So here's the big one, Jim. What's your favorite baseball movie?
Moneyball.
Well done. Field of Dreams.
Top 5.
My top 5 only has one comedy in it.
And that comedy better be Major League.
I'm sorry, it has 2 comedies in it.
Major League 2.
Nope. Not a fan of Major League 2. I mean, I'm a fan because Rube Baker may be the greatest.
Right, because he's on the Rooster.
Mr. Parkman, you're a great ball player, but you're on the tracks and the train's coming through.
Butthead.
No, there is the 2 ultimate baseball comedies. Major League and Bull Durham.
I could almost make an argument for a third.
Which one?
League of Their Own.
It's in my top 10. But it's those 2. It's actually Kevin Costner's 3 of the top 5.
My mother made a Bull Durham reference as we were getting on the train headed downtown on Wednesday. I couldn't remember what line it was, but I actually said, just think, though, if they actually, with the way that they were tattooing off on the pitching, if they would have hit the fucking bull, we would have gotten a free steak.
Do you know which one our good friend Nick Creedys and I used to say to each other all the time? It's a goddamn natural disaster.
$100 says I can get us a right out for tomorrow.
Hey, who's paying for the cab? Let the bonus baby pay for the cab.
You lollygag down to first.
Yeah. The mound scene. The mound scene, the mound scene, the mound scene. We're dealing with a lot of shit here. Well, candlesticks make a good gift. Maybe a place setting. Someone should find out where she's registered. Okay, let's get to.
I give you a gift and you stand there showing up my picture. Run, dummy!
How about what I shared to you and John the other day on Facebook? Did you see it? I had
You shared a lot. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific.
I had cellulitis in my leg, and I was home with it up, so I was watching movies, and I watched Major League. I said a Facebook status I had was, "I'm watching Major League. Let the quoting begin." And you and I went back and forth for 3/4 of the comments.
Oh, shit.
Which was from 2.
Which was from 2. But we did the one goddamn hit. We did the Haywood's a convicted felon, isn't he, Monty?
It doesn't really say it here.
Well, he should be. The Duke threw.
If that's not Shaquille O'Neal on the left, that baby's out of here.
That's the second one.
That was the second one, yeah.
That was the first one.
Anything with euchre in it, it's
well.
The second one that goes Toronto. You'll need a rocket
up his ass to catch that one. John, of course, writes back, "Take over, Monty. I'm in the bag."
Which was the second one.
It was fly ball.
Welcome back to Major League Baseball. Sort of.
Fly ball. Caught. Oh my God.
One of my all-time favorites, and I did not post this. Stay away from her.
Suck my dick.
My dick.
Uh-oh. Jim.
We got uniforms and everything.
Jim, it's time. Oh boy.
Before we get into it, we're going to have to do another one.
Oh, here we go.
All right. Your first name going into the license translator. This should be the song. Which makes everything better. So my first name? Okay. My first name for you in the Wisey Translator is Baker Mayfield. That's beautiful. The Wisey Translator spits out Mo from the Three Stooges. Wow. He's the short one. He's the smart one, but he's always the one that gets smacked first.
And also quote Major League, while this is playing, bartender Jobu needs a refill.
Nice.
I'll give you a free one. Give me a different one, but Deshaun Watson to me would be Shemp.
Michael,
the one who's left out.
Your first entry into the Wisey Translator will be Draymond Green.
Donkey from Shrek.
Leave Eddie Murphy alone.
Oh my God. Okay, sidebar about Donkey from Shrek. Universal, the donkey animatronic for a piece of advice, and he told him to make it poetic. This dude who's on the microphone goes, "Never trust a big bug to smile." I thought you and I had stuff wrong with this. I got one more for you for the YG translator, James.
Okay.
Jameer Gibbs.
Truth be told, I had to look up who this was for a moment because I had a brain fart.
So did everybody at the draft.
Ricky Williams. Because he smokes weed or because you think he'll be that good?
No, because I think it's a lot of hype for something that's going to flame out very, very badly.
I would have said Hingle McCringleberry, but that's just me.
Yeah, but Hingle McCringleberry was a receiver, not a running back.
That's what they're going to use this guy as. Do you have another one for me, sir, before we call it a night?
Yeah,
You do understand the YZ translator is now our version of Jeff Foxworthy's redneck jokes, right?
with what actually happened in the news this week, Marguerite Taylor Green.
Go Core.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is now our version of Jeff Foxworthy's redneck jokes because he doesn't. If you ever watch one of his sets, he doesn't do them till the end.
Right.
Oh God, dude, we have a shtick.
Yeah.
But we've always had this. We just started putting names to things.
I'm actually just glad it's an idea that we came up with and we didn't have to leech off of John.
That's very true. Dude, Sanika Wallace. Sanika Wallace started it all.
God. You're going to hate me for it because I ripped that off of Goldhammer.
He still needs to go the fuck back to Denver.
But some of the stuff he says is rather entertaining when he's being tongue-in-cheek.
He's an idiot.
He is, but it's funny and it lasted.
Yeah, it's because he's basically Rizzo's pet.
Yeah, but they're just almost unlistenable anymore.
Anything ESPN's unlistenable. Dude, did you hear? We got to get back on the topic real quick. Did you hear fucking Stephen A. the other day about Kyrie and his free agency?
No, I deliberately tuned out.
He actually said to Kyrie, "If you don't, we talk about basketball," and I wanted to write on Twitter, "Go, no, you fucking don't. You say what you say so you can get clicks, you dumb bastard."
Right.
Dude, I can't even do it anymore. I don't even know if I'll be able to watch McAfee. How bad is that?
Ain't going to be missing much as watered down as this product's going to end up getting.
See, that's the problem. I mean, language aside, you know, they're not going to let Pac-Man Jones have as big a voice as he does now. As much as Pat says they're going to still be in creative control, you know, they're not going to let Pac-Man do what he does. Which, by the way, if you ever seen him on there, he's hilarious.
I just remember when he got suspended, he actually tried his hand at professional wrestling for a cup of coffee.
Did he really?
Yeah. He was a TNA Impact Tag Team Champion with Ron the Truth Killings, who we all know now as R-Truth.
Nice.
But he never got in the ring because the Bengals would not let him get involved.
What?
But he literally stood on the apron the entire time.
Are you serious? Oh my God. So have you watched the Mad Mel Kiper stuff yet?
I have not. It's on my it's actually saved in my watch later on my YouTube library. So that'll actually be like once I get off, tonight. Assuming I don't like fire up the switch until 3-4 in the morning.
Yeah. I can't do that.
500 at 11.
Yeah, I can't do that. I got
You
Mama's.
have obligations.
Well, it's not even that. It's I can't hang anymore. That's one. And two, no, I had to work today, so I was up early.
Let's also call it what it is. You're contractually obligated over there.
It's very true.
Staff,
Yeah, right.
please, please don't mail me anthrax.
Wow.
The CD, not the powder.
Okay. Don't make fun of Anthrax. It is still the best crossover between rock and rap in the history of music.
Bring the noise.
Oh my
Yup.
God. Do you know I was looking for that for months online? It was finally on Amazon for free.
Fucking Scotty Ian. Love Scotty Ian.
And dude, I said to Zach, we were driving home, we were still living in New York, and Zachary was still in high school. And I go, you want to hear a real good song that has rock and rap tones to it? He goes, yeah, I put that on. And he did one of these. Because, of course, I'm rapping like Chuck D because everybody knows the words.
Uh-huh.
He goes, how do you know that? I was like, how do I know that? I had this. I hid it from your grandparents.
And yet what's funny is that it was right around the same time as the Aerosmith Run DMC cover.
It was long after. Aerosmith Run DMC was the mid 80s. This was the mid 90s.
No, that was late 80s.
No, that was 92 or 93.
Bring the noise.
That was right before G Thing came out. Did you see the new videos I sent you from TikTok on the last steroid family?
Yes, yes.
What was his name? Last steroid McPiss Missile? I tried to make a new character today named Mo Lester, and I just figured it would be a bad idea.
$1991.
What was it? 91? Okay.
Yep. I knew it was late 80s, early 90s because it was like when MTV was still playing metal in their normal rotation.
Was that before that metal show or was that after?
120 minutes. I think it was a little bit before.
Not 120 minutes. The other one. What was the name of it?
The one with Ricky Rackman.
Yes.
I can't think of the name of it. But
Me
I know,
neither.
Yeah. Was it just called that? No, it wasn't just that metal show. It'll come to me off the air.
Probably. Mike Piazza was on that show. I met somebody years ago who was at a bar in St. Lucie. And he sat in with the band, and she has a picture of him singing either Springsteen or somebody like that. And he's got a Corona in one hand. The next picture, he's behind the kit. He's a metal drummer.
There's a video I ended up pulling up today because before we came on, as I was editing videos, how we were talking about how I've been obsessed with Tool for days.
Yeah.
And we all know Tool's got the coolest videos with the animation that their guitarist does, Adam Jones. I want to say it's a 6 or 7 year old video, and it's a bunch of like middle schoolers playing Tool's song "The Pot." And they've got a special guest on drums, and it was Danny Carey himself.
Really?
Yeah. You want something amazing to watch? Pull up on YouTube Danny Carey live playing their song Numa from their most recent album Fear Inoculum, and he's playing 2 or 3 different time signatures at the same time with the drum kit from hell.
See, that's phenomenal. I saw something like that too one of my favorites.
And he's wearing a Celtics jersey as well.
Jesus Christ. One of my favorites is Harry.
He's 2 years old.
I know. One of my favorites is Harry Connick Jr. I saw him years ago in Cleveland with the Cleveland Orchestra. He was at a concert a few weeks ago, and he changed his song from 3/4 to 5/4 time in the middle of it because the fans were clapping off beat.
Nice.
When I went and saw him, he was playing Sweet Georgia Brown with the top hand, something entirely different with the bottom hand, and he was busting chops with the crowd at the same time. I got him to do the Reverend from Independence Day for me.
What an asshole.
That was fucking great, dude. That was absolutely great. So what's been going on with AEW?
AEW's Double or Nothing is tomorrow night live on pay-per-view.
Is that the one from Wembley?
No, that's going to be in August. This one is from Vegas. There are 4 pillars World Championship match: MJF versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Yes, Luke Perry's kid. Darby Allin and Guevara. Yep. MJF is expected to go over because when his next program, his next defense is going to probably be at the Wembley show in August. And take a wild guess who it's going to be against.
Not Punk. Oh, very nice.
Because there was a rumor that his segment got cut short, not last week, but the week before on TV, because he was supposed to come out and cut a promo. And all he ended up doing was slapping the microphone out of the backstage interviewer's hands and walking away, because he was supposed to come out and say something along the lines of, you know, this title, the triple B is still going to be around my waist, baby, which is Cole's line, but they didn't want to give it away.
Really?
And for those of you who don't know, he took the AEW title and he basically put like the Burberry pattern, the Burberry plaid pattern on it, and now he calls it the big Burberry, the big bad Burberry, the triple B.
He seems like he's a lunatic.
He takes the gimmick outside of everything.
Yeah, no, I noticed that.
Radio interviews, his parents, he was engaged and his fiance left him because she couldn't stomach the 24/7 gimmick. Yeah, he's a living embodiment of the gimmick, and I understand wanting to sell the gimmick and try and get yourself over, but there are times where you do have to scale it back. I mean, what would actually happen if, you know, he had to show up in court for something, you know?
Agreed. So now, our old friend Freddie Prinze Jr. said something very interesting on a podcast he was on, because he was helping some of the WWE guys years ago with their acting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He said a buddy of his had an idea, and I want to run this past you because you said you were pissed when Cody lost the belt or lost the match against Roman at WrestleMania.
Right.
What if they're setting up the Dusty Rhodes storyline?
No, they're really not doing that anymore. It's because now they actually went with the brand split. So now Roman's over on SmackDown and Cody's getting choked out by Brock Lesnar on Raw.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because they just had a pay-per-view over in Saudi Arabia, so another blood money pay-per-view tonight.
No, but that's what he's talking about. They're gonna do the Dusty Rhodes storyline where he basically gets fucked for a year and then wins the belt at Mania next year.
It would be nice because I think Seth Rollins won their new World Heavyweight Championship when they split it off. And like, I guess the Usos, like one of the Uso brothers turned on Roman, who's like, you know, part of the Inoue family.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you know the entire lineage of that.
I do. Yokozuna, Rodney, Rikishi is one of them.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson, High Chief Peter Maivia. Yep. It's all from there.
Yep.
That's actually one of my favorite YouTube clips with wrestling is he came back and the three dudes from New Day were messing with him. And he said that his other idea was family, and out come Jimmy and his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they whipped shit out of him. I love the New Day guys though.
Oh, and there's part of me that wants to see Big E come back after he broke his neck a couple of years ago, but there's part of me that just wants him to walk away.
No, definitely walk away. What was I seeing the other day? Oh, and then of course on Facebook, if you'd like to watch the Facebook Watch stuff and you flip through, Edge told the story of how the night that Cena and Batista both hit the ground at the same time at the Rumble.
Yep.
When Vince
tore both of his quads at the same time.
What did he say? Vince is not an athlete. I wouldn't put him on a basketball court. He'd look like a newborn doe on ice. But he's strong.
And yet Shane tears a quad this year at Mania, and what?
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop has to call an audible on the fly.
And first of all, let's give big up to Snoop Dogg on that. And second of all, he was on the Pivot, the podcast with Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the third guy's first name is Channing. I don't know his last name. But for the Griffey episode, dude, you have to watch that. The Griffey episode is must-see television. But he was talking about his top 5 Lakers of all time.
Meta World Peace.
No, Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Kobe. And he said he had a toss-up between Michael Cooper, Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain. And I'm like, dude, how do you make that 5th choice?
The fact that Jerry West, the fucking logo, is not automatically in there invalidates the entire list.
I probably would have put him in over Kobe. No disrespect, but that's a... Yeah, we got to have that debate show. Because...
Getting back to AEW, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow night because there's 2 street fights that I really want to see.
Who's fighting?
Jericho and Cole.
Nice.
Unsanctioned, because about a month ago, when Cole came back, he had his big return match. After the match, because he beat Daniel Garcia, part of Jericho's faction, and then does the big celebration as they're kind of going off the air with the streamers and everything, and his girlfriend, Britt Baker, comes out, and then they go face-to-face 2 weeks later, and Jericho has some of his guys jump Cole, handcuffed him to the bottom rope to where Britt Baker comes out from the back. And then here come like 3 former WWE girls now in AEW calling themselves the Outcast, like Ruby Riott, Saraya, who used to be Paige, and Toni Storm, beating up Britt Baker while Cole is handcuffed to the bottom rope with a kendo stick that Jericho introduced.
Paige, is that the one that had the movie made about her?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they're a street fight tomorrow. And then the other one is the Elite, which is the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Adam Page. Basically the 4 executive vice presidents of AEW who founded the company.
Nice.
Cody. Going up against the Blackpool Combat Club, who is Bryan Danielson, Cesaro, the former Cesaro, now his real name, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and John Moxley, who everyone in WWE remembers as Dean Ambrose from The Shield.
Oh, okay.
And that's what they call an anarchy in the arena, which means it's falls count anywhere, anything goes, street fight all over the damn building. Like the last time they had one of these, they fought in the bowels of the arena. They fought in one of the executive boxes. They fought in the bar inside the arena. It was all over the place.
Why does AEW remind me of the Attitude Era?
Because it's better. Because they're building this. I want to say if they don't get this done with this match, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised they ended up having blood and guts at the next pay-per-view in Wembley, which is their version of War Games.
Really?
Yeah.
War Games was the 3 different rings in the cage, right?
The two joined the two joined rings, the double rings with the top on the cage, the double cage.
Okay.
Because I remember the last time we did one of those, Sammy Guevara got thrown off the top of the cage.
Oh, listen, don't be Foley.
Yeah,
Don't
I
be
mean,
Foley.
you could definitely tell there was a crash pad underneath, but it's like still, it was nuts. Because when AEW builds their cages, they don't put a very big door on them.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I remember the old cage matches with like Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant with the big blue bars on them.
That's what I'm hoping somebody one of these days brings back the big blue steel cage somewhere.
I mean, but I'm sorry.
I'm just excited with AEW. They finally, like Patrick and I were talking about it last week, give me a release date for the video game. And now it's official. June 29th. I got it pre-ordered already.
Do you really?
Yes.
That's cool.
And then in a couple of weeks, I'll pre-order Mortal Kombat 11. And then I was also going to think about maybe doing the show, but then I also just realized that they're coming out with Super Mega Baseball 4 in July.
Very nice, of course.
Which is honestly a lot more fun, because I like a little bit more cartoonish or arcade style with my sports games.
Yeah, I am personally waiting for next April.
The show 24?
No.
Oh, the NCAA football game.
Dude.
There's a hockey game that's on Steam that I'm hoping they port to console, specifically like Switch and PlayStation. Have you ever heard of games called roguelites?
No.
They're go on YouTube after you get off with me and just watch like maybe 10-15 minutes of a game called The Binding of Isaac. It's legendary.
Really?
Yeah, it's I actually was playing one of it earlier. There's like 17, 18 different characters to choose from. Each of them have like different things. But it's basically like Legend of Zelda dungeon game, although the game changes every single time. So you never get the same power-ups or face the same bosses. And it can be pretty tough, but it's a lot of fun. It's so frustrating yet fun at the same time.
See, I was never a big Zelda guy.
And it was like, and I'm talking like the original Legend of Zelda.
No, I know. I was never a big Zelda guy. Not a big RPG guy. Always been in sports games. Always. From RBI Baseball to Tecmo Bowl to now the show and Madden. That's what I'm hoping they do with NCAA. And I am hoping that you can do the Road to Glory, the Heisman one.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be able to upload your character into that corresponding year's Madden.
That would be cool. It would actually be interesting to see if they port it to Switch, because I'm hoping that a lot of these next gen type systems don't leave the Switch people by the wayside, because I know with the Mortal Kombat game, I'm not sure if we brought this up with Patrick, that they're doing 3 different versions of it. They're doing a PC and Steam version that's done by one studio. They're doing an Xbox and PlayStation that's done by another. And then, like, I want to say, like, the Switch is getting their own studio as well.
Which makes sense because it's just a different animal.
Right.
I'm more interested with that in, obviously Mortal Kombat will eventually get that because Steph loves that game, especially because her girl is back.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the NCAA game, I'm hoping, because like I had on the PS3, I had corresponding years. I would go, because of course this was after the 4 came out that I got my 3, because this is the first time I've ever gotten the latest and greatest ever. So basically it started with say Madden 25, you couldn't do it, which was a 2013 game.
Mm-hmm.
But I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, where I have all the NCAAs and all the Maddens, and I would go right into it. My favorite one is the one when I took Eli Manning's job.
You probably would not have gotten any argument from Giants fans back then.
No, because when I took this job and was the year after they won the Super Bowl.
Which one?
The first one.
Okay.
The David Tyree insane catch, Plexico Burris
Helmet catch.
gunshot.
Quit answering helmet catch.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So, I'm not going to pull up another YZ translator because you guys can see that on the show page, but something I'm going to load up. I don't think I've shown this to you yet, but carry on.
Sorry. The mental alarm went off at 4:45 this morning. Anyways, I'm looking forward to the sports game coming out. Obviously, now that we're going to have their names on it, I wonder if they're going to do from this past season. So, like, for instance, I can use Kyle McCord and Marvin Harrison, Travion Henderson, those guys. Or if it's got to be going into next year. And they're going to have the 12-team playoff. And they're going to have the transfer portal.
Yeah, and then it also makes you wonder how they're going to are they going to do other things with like conference realignments and stuff like that? I mean, how deep are they going to let it really go?
I wonder if they pushed it back the year so they could do that.
It would not surprise me at all.
Because you figure they had to get to the 24 to 2024 in order to get the 12-team playoff format. They're not going to show it in a video game when it's not available in real life. Because if you play the Superstar mode in Madden, it had the 14 playoff in it. And they had, I don't know what year it was. Was it 21 or 22 or 20 or 21 or 22? The head coach you play for in college is Robert Patrick, who played the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Yep. Have you seen this boy? Hey, remember, he also reprised that in Wayne's World.
Well, here's the funny thing. My uncle married a girl his sister's best friend. So I had made the joke. I said, oh, if he comes and he shows me a picture of my cousin and says, have you seen this boy? I'm going to lose my shit. His brother's a lead singer of Filter.
Oh, what's his name? Oh, God. What is his name?
I can't remember his first name. The last name is Patrick.
Richard Patrick.
Yep, Richard is the lead singer of Filter. Robert, of course, is the actor. I liked him on that show Scorpion, too.
He was on that, yeah.
He was the Homeland guy. But yeah, I made that joke before their wedding. I said, please don't let him come up to me with a picture of my cousin and ask me, have you seen this boy? I'm going to lose my mind.
Okay, I think I found that clip. I just got to get it to come up.
We were talking about our dads before. My dad at that wedding had the greatest moment I've ever seen. So I brought a friend with me as a date to their wedding. I was 19. So we're all in a hotel room, and it's my sister, my cousins, the person I brought with me, and myself. My dad walks in, and he's finishing a Budweiser in a bottle. And he does. And he goes, up, I'm done for the night. Homeboy tapped his jacket pocket, pulled out another one, cracked it open, and said, no, I'm not.
Okay, I'm going to share this here.
Here
Mike
we go.
actually got me with the Buckeye stuff. I get to crack back a little bit.
Shit.
Gentleman's name is Greg Warren. He's very good friends with Nikki Glazer.
I've seen this.
I love the people of Ohio, but like the Buckeye
Why is
fans,
there no audio?
I can hear it.
I don't like. They're just
can't hear it?
they're obnoxious. I mean,
No, I got it.
anytime you're in a room and you say anything about sports, half the people go, "OH." See, I-O. See, it takes two of these idiots to spell their steak. Hey, how do you spell the place where you live? Well, usually I work with a partner. Hold on a second. Jimmy, come here. They want us to spell the state. I love the people of Ohio.
You still live
but,
there, asshole.
Like the Buckeye fans.
Now, let's be honest about something. It could be worse. I have something far worse than spelling out that state's name. Do you want to know what that is, James?
What would that be, Michael?
Roll Tide. That's worse.
Yeah, Roll Tide is pretty bad.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Always shit.
Yeah. Guards over cards 2-1 and 10.
Nice. Mets are down like 6 or 7-1. And that one, by the way, is Pete Alonso's 20th home run.
He's the one in 6-1.
Yeah, but did you?
I used to be a Paul Heyman guy.
Nice. Did you see what his pace is? In a pitcher's ballpark, he's on pace for 60 dingers and 140 RBIs.
Amateur.
Shut up.
I mean, he's no steroid daddy hack.
La Steroid Daddy Hack the Fifth.
Yep. Now that's a ball player.
Ye Stringroid Piss Missile the Fifth, the motherfucker who looks like a deformed nutsack, got called up to the MLB and now is fucking hitting tanks off of Jacob deGrom. Feeling like he's...
That looks like a nutsack. I got to give a shout out to that guy because it's just you're scrolling through TikTok and you see the stupid political crap and you see some of the funny things and you see women complaining about their husbands and vice versa. And then you get to La Steroid Daddy Hack and Piss Missile and all the rest of them. They have a FIFA one. He's something Nutmeg Fairy the Fifth. And he's La Steroid's long lost cousin.
Yeah, you lost me at soccer.
I know. Just
use your fucking hands. It's like sushi. Cook the fucking fish.
Just that he calls himself Nutmeg Fairy. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I was going to go all Don Rickles on you tonight. I just couldn't do it.
There'll be other times.
Well, I mean, that's every week we do this. It's
very, very, very true.
Oh, my God.
So, Michael.
So, James.
Like he should fuck his wife or hit a line.
Left nut kick. I'm sore.
I was just asked if we're going to 11. Should I say yes?
Well, it all depends on how accurate the system will be for tonight, how cooperative the system will be for us tonight. And I hope you know the system that I am discussing. certain computer system that we must be entering into momentarily.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I will ask you this though, in a very serious tone. Did you put any thought into the YZ translator this week?
Oh, shit.
Do you think I actually paid any attention to this show, knowing that you were going to be basically running this runaway train?
I don't think this train had a conductor at all.
We're an hour and 30, and I think we've actually stayed on topic, 5 minutes when I was talking about the Panthers at the top of the show?
About 8, because you did 3 minutes on AEW.
Yeah.
It's your birthday, man. Come on. So what else did you upload today?
I did the other two YZ translators. They're about 3.5 minutes apiece. I'm not sure if we're gonna have time for them tonight, but they're all up there. And then I do have, like, tonight's YZ translator will probably go into will probably get uploaded sometime in the next this weekend. Probably Monday, I'm thinking, because Monday's just going to be sit back and relax. What do you got planned for the holiday?
Well, tomorrow is a Walmart run at some point in time because we're out of some stuff. Outside of that, not a whole lot. I worked late Friday. I worked today. I'm going to be working like Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we're into June, which is not even fucking compatible.
Wasn't it just Mother's Day and now we're like Thursday is fucking June?
Bro, didn't I just get down here?
Right.
Why is this with St. Patrick's Day? It feels like yesterday.
Down where?
Here's a question. What are we going to talk about Thursday night?
I mean, at least we'll be, back on the rails a little bit. I mean, we'll probably have we'll probably have the finals will be set for both the Stanley Cup and the NBA finals. OTAs will be done in the NFL. You got to think about it. We're up to June 1st. It's 2 months in the bank in the baseball season. So we're now actually going to be able to start separating pretenders from contenders.
So you want to preview the finals on Thursday night?
Yeah, it's provided like they don't end up going 7 and we still don't know by then. But I got to say, Boston wins tonight. They're going to win this series.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Miami may just be worse than the Yankees and and Golden State after this if they lose.
Well, remember, Golden State was 3-1. Hang on. ESPN loading here. Oh, 7. It's a 2-point game with 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Celtics up 2. Dallas won, so now we got game 6 there.
Dallas is playing the Kraken.
No, the Golden Knights.
Golden Knights.
God, they won in Vegas. It's a tough place to play. But trivia question. 5 times teams have come from 0-3 down in best of 7 series to win. Can you name not so much who did it, but which sport that goes to best of 7, how many times it's actually been done? Again, it's happened 5 times in recorded history.
Once in baseball. Three times in hockey, once in the NBA.
You're very close.
2 and 2.
Once in baseball, the 04 Red Sox. 4 times in the NHL. It's never happened in the NBA.
Really?
The most recent time, I want to say it was the Kings came back 3-0 on the Sharks I want to say it was like in the 2017 playoffs. And the only time it's ever happened in a championship series, Toronto came back from 3-0 to beat Detroit. I want to say in like the 47 finals or something.
You just bring those numbers, dude.
I actually was looking it up earlier this week because I couldn't believe it's never happened in the NBA.
Here's a number I heard the other day. So I don't know if you know, Justin Verlander's brother has a podcast on Fox, Ben. He interviewed John Smoltz last week. So Ben asked him how Tony Gwynn.
Isn't that Michael Jordan's personal ATM?
Smoltzy? Yeah. So he said to Smoltz, he goes, how'd you do against Tony Gwynn? He goes, not good. Tony hit 440. He said, my favorite stat in all of sports, him, Glavin, Maddox, and Pedro, who combined struck out over 12,000 hitters, faced Tony Gwynn 333 times. Tony Gwynn struck out 3 times total. Not 3 apiece. 3 total. Pedro and Maddox didn't punch him out.
I got to say, in our lifetime, has there ever been a more consistent or quite honestly better hitter?
No, there hasn't been. No, there hasn't been.
I mean, Ichiro was close, but it's still, there's a very large gap.
It's very big. It's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. Ichiro, but Ichiro was his own entity because Tony Gwynn was, as he got older, wasn't as fleet of foot as he was at the beginning. Plus, Ichiro doesn't hold the record for.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Ichiro doesn't hold the record for most assists in a game at San Diego State. As a point guard. But yeah, he was just unreal.
Speaking of San Diego State off topic, did you see that Punt God was all charges were dropped?
Yeah, I saw that. Jets worked him out.
Yeah.
Surprised the Browns didn't.
I'm hoping the kid gets himself right after he was cleared of this.
I hope he gets a shot because that was BS.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I saw that number and I was like, how does that even compute?
Right.
Dude, the guy was a friggin' loony in that 5.5 hole in between the shortstop and third baseman.
And yet what's funny is if you remember the early baseball games like Triple Play and World Series baseball, he couldn't hit for shit.
No. You know, it's funny because you play the game.
Caminiti was the master on that team.
Oh, yeah.
In the video games.
Oh, yeah, but you play the games on the show now. Like there's one today, you draft the different cards and you pick your team out of it. My batting lineup, Tim Raines, who they called Rock, of course, because of his physique and what he kept in his back pocket. Dude, he said he learned to slide head first because of what he had in his back pocket. It's almost like.
I mean, it's not a cell phone like we got earlier this year.
So he's leading off. I got dudes like Tony Gwynn and Wade Boggs in the same lineup. I love this game. So let's get into the Wisey Translator and let's call it a night, my friend, because we are both old. So, James, I have a couple of names for you for the Wisey Translator.
Oh, boy.
I hope we can bring this to a wonderful close. And I'm going to start with a non-sports entity.
Okay.
That could get you in trouble. And I'm going to start with Frankie.
Masked fish.
Nice.
For those of you who don't know, my brother was one of the multitude of idiots that created a backyard wrestling federation with me, turned it into a semi-successful independent career on the Cleveland independent scene. Won a World Tag Team Championship with RCW Wrestling here in Cleveland. Wrestled for Cleveland All Pro, and then had to kind of walk away with injuries. But the fact that we almost got cast to be in a video game.
That was awesome. All right.
We're going to game 7.
Boston won.
Celtics up 9 with 5 minutes to go.
Don't count Jimmy Butler out yet.
We got it as close as 2, and Boston stretched it.
Don't count Jimmy Butler out yet.
Michael, your first name for the Wisey translator tonight.
Oh, yay.
We're talking about him, Jimmy Butler.
Michael's illegitimate child.
I was hoping you would have actually gone Froggy Fresh.
You know, he's got a country album he's working on. James, your second name for the Wisey translator is Vincent K. McMahon.
Trying to think of a way to mash up their names. Gomez Adams Boucher. With that stupid, god-awful, greasy mustache and the wherewithal of Bobby Boucher. I don't agree with a lot of what CM Punk has done in the last 18 months, especially after the all-out fallout from last year. Matter of fact, this month last year. But he was right back in that legendary pipe bomb that the WWE, and more specifically, if you fast forward to now, wrestling would be better off when Vince McMahon is dead.
Have you seen the Sandler vehicle, Little Nicky?
I think I watched that movie once.
I was going to call him Little Nicky Hitler.
That's not too far from the truth.
No, it's not.
Considering they just put on a premium live event, what they now call their pay-per-views, for what, a $35 million payout from the Saudis.
He's killing me.
The fact that they actually had 3 women's matches on, or 2 marquee women's matches on the card, and because of the way that how strict their government is, the women have the only part that can be exposed on the women would be their hands and their heads. So if they like, even if they're like wearing, shorts or like, whatever, they have to be completely covered.
That's crazy. Well, James, I think we found a good place to wrap it up, because quite honestly, after Vince McMahon, you really can't go much anywhere else without wanting to vomit. So again, Thursday night, June the 1st, we will be with you live at 9 o'clock. We're going to preview hopefully both final series and get a little bit of baseball in there too. Of course, the Wisey translator will be there. But first and foremost, happy birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you.
I hope 45 is good. I hope the race is good tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be so weird because all the guys that I'm like more comfortable with are towards the back of the pack. Like Graham Rahal had to get in the back of the field. It's Alex Pillow is on the pole tomorrow. So it's like, you could definitely see a changing of the guard.
Well, yeah.
Race.
So I am glad we got to do this tonight, but I will say one thing on the way out the door is that may there be many more, as my wife and little boy mentioned on the beginning. And yeah, I'm going to make you eat your fucking words in November. I have a feeling.
Oh, shit.
And as always,
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
well, everybody, thanks for joining us for it would have been the roast of JC Bluenote had I, wanted to be mean. I could have, but I decided not to. He's too good of a friend to do that to. So thank you for joining us for the first annual JC Bluenote Birthday Spectacular. And we will see you guys Thursday night in our normal spot.
Good night, everybody.
Take
Thanks
care.
again very much, Mike.
Anytime, bud.